And welcome everybody to the mj&ty podcast show. Today is November 12th, 2022.
We're actually doing this show on a Saturday. I took your catchphrase for a second because you always say that when we do a show on a Saturday.
Who cares? At least we're getting it out this week. Or at least we're making one this week.
Yeah, at least we're making this one. Like we been on a break. Now we're back.
Yeah. So this is roughly the mid-season. It's roughly the midpoint in the season for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they're 8 games in, and they are currently 3-5.
You got the standings. Could we share it? Or do you not want to share this episode? Because I know sometimes we do share the standings.
Well, let's see. They are currently third in the division. They're behind Baltimore and Cincinnati. They're only ahead of Pittsburgh. So, Ty, how do you think this season's going for the Browns so far?
I feel like it's been up and down, and I know what you're going to say because your opinion is totally different than mine. But it's been an up and down season so far because we beat Carolina. That was a big game. We lost to a couple of teams that we should have won. But we beat the Bengals. What was that? Week 6 or whatever, week 5?
No, week 8.
Week 8 before the bye week. Yeah. What I think is that when we lost Walker, that was the turning point.
Yep.
That was the turning point. Because if we don't lose Walker in that Pittsburgh Steelers game, that wouldn't be the turning point. And it's basically our defense. I don't know if you will agree to this, but you might, because half the time you agree with me.
And half the time you're completely crazy.
I am not completely crazy half the time.
Yeah, you are. More like 75% of the time, but anyways.
But back to my point. Back to my point. I think sometimes our defense gives up one down and then turns the other down back around. So it's not our defense. It's just I think it's been an up and down season where the Browns, we haven't seen the Browns play good defense at all this season. Like, Marc, we're both Browns fans. Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this. This is my last point to this. It's that our defense really got to show up and not show up every game, not show up every once in a while.
Yep.
It's just like, how are you going to win these games if our defense shows up this week and then doesn't show up next week? Like, I don't think it's Miles Garrett's fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault. It's just how the play. I wouldn't say the playbook, but that's just how I feel about it. What's your thoughts about it?
This season's been a bit of a disappointment. They lost way too many games they should have won due to stupid mistakes. I mean, the Jets, week 2, giving up 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes left in the game. Should have won that game. Should have beat the Chargers, but defense fell asleep. Should have beat the Falcons. Defense fell asleep. Should have beat New England. Same thing.
We
Defense
lost to
fell
a
asleep.
backup quarterback in that one,
They lost to Bailey Zappi.
who might be the Patriots' new quarterback forever.
Over Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mark, don't make that face. Like,
Oh, Bill Belichick probably knows better than I do.
he probably knows better than both of us.
Yeah. And the Browns kind of got screwed out of a win with Baltimore because, well, the officials made stuff up and didn't look at the
It's
play.
always us versus the refs. I'm just going to say that.
That's what it feels like. And then we also won some games that we absolutely should have won. Like we beat the Steelers, we beat the Bengals, we beat the Panthers.
We beat.
Yeah. Those are the only 3 games that we should have won that we actually won.
We should be like 5-3 right now.
Should be, but well, can't change the
Instead
past.
of like 2-6, we should be like 5-3.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're 3-5 right now. So hope's not lost completely. And you can still turn this around and you can still win the division. You can still sneak into a wild card.
If we sneak, like we're getting Watson back week 11, so we look at it like I think you jinxed ourselves by saying Kate York might be the next Brownie. You jinxed yourself by saying that.
Yep.
Did you jinx yourself? Don't.
Probably.
Probably just a smidge. Mark.
Yeah.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge.
Yeah. Now looking at the upcoming games, we got Miami, Buffalo, Tampa Bay. I'm not super optimistic about Miami and Buffalo right now. I mean, because well, they've been hot all season, pretty much.
Miami has been hot all season with the new addition of Tyreek Hill, and like they just traded for a new linebacker or something like that. I was kind of surprised that we didn't make no noise during the trade deadline.
Yeah. And then Buffalo is Buffalo. So
Buffalo is Buffalo. Mark, be careful. Remember what you said the first episode.
what?
That that when you jinxed the Tennessee Titans. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When you jinxed the Tennessee Titans, almost beating the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Are you jinxing? Are you jinxing now the Bills making the Super Bowl or the Bills making the playoffs?
He was talking about the Bills making the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl. And that's still a couple months away, Ty.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I remember that.
Okay. What's that have to do with this conversation?
This conversation has to do with the time that you jinxed the Tennessee Titans. I feel like you're going to jinx the Buffalo Bills. I'm just saying.
Apologize, Ty, for his delusions and thinking that's what this conversation's about.
I let's just go ahead with it. Because I feel like you're going to jinx them anyways.
Not tonight, no.
Just wait until our playoffs. Just wait until the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll wait till January to make those videos.
Do you think the Browns have the best chance to win the Super Bowl now?
No.
I'm not saying like now. I'm saying in like next year or the year after that.
Again, no.
Why?
Because starting next year, we're going to start paying Watson. We're not going to have very much money left over, Ty. I mean, that window is shutting fast.
Do you think it? Let me ask you this: who do you think won the trade, the Baker trade?
Panthers. Well, actually, I don't know anymore.
You don't know anymore.
No.
I thought it was. I thought we won the trade.
Well, it's hard to say.
Do you think? Let me ask you this because I feel like your take is aggression. Do you think? Do you think the Browns have any shot at all to make the playoffs?
Sure. I mean, there's still
Like
two,
I still
three,
believe in it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 9 games left. So you could feasibly go 12-5. So playoffs not off the table just yet.
The playoffs are not. I would say this: if who we play Sunday, the Dolphins.
Yes.
If we lose to the Dolphins, I'm not saying if we do or if we win, that would be I would be happy.
If we can beat the Dolphins, Bills, and Ravens, and Bengals. I think we'll be sitting in a pretty good spot.
But Baltimore has had a tough year.
Yep. We need these division wins, though. And that's going to do it for this episode of the mj&ty podcast show. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video, share all our videos there on our channel.
So
And
if
there.
you're new,
Yeah, if you're new, hit that subscribe button.
hit that like
Please.
button too. Don't hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button and keep your heads in the game.